The great jazz pianist Kenny Werner wrote a book some years ago entitled Effortless Mastery. I have to plead ignorance, I haven't read it, but my initial thoughts were that the title itself was an oxymoron. How could you master something without effort? I've come to realize, and I apologize if I'm wrong, that he meant something different. You know, when you have an instrument that you know how to play, we can start to consider it something like a toaster or a microwave or a toilet. It's an appliance. We know how to use it. How well do we have to use it? Well, it depends on how much you have to say. But the idea that you don't know how to use the instrument well enough as a tool to do what you want to do is usually false. The problem is not the instrument. The problem is your brain. I think oftentimes we try to talk about things that we don't really understand. Let's relate it to life, you know. If I were in a room with Albert Einstein and a bunch of other physicists and they were talking, I don't know, quantum theory, or I don't know these things, and I decided to chime in and offer my 2 cents, I mean, that would be foolhardy. Oftentimes musicians, even good ones, they'll involve themselves in a topic that they don't understand, and therefore they're just babbling. It's not that they can't play their instrument. So we have to remember this. We do have enough mastery of our instrument to communicate what we know. The problem is, don't talk about things you don't know. Discuss things that you're familiar with, or that you have an opinion or a valuable opinion of or on, and we'll eliminate a lot of the BS out there. Nobody knows everything. If you know everything, you're God, and you're not God, so you don't know everything. So the mental approach to improvisation, when you get right down to it, is simply this. Don't try to do everything. Don't try to talk about things you don't understand or have never studied. Stick with what you know. If you never lie, you'll never have to remember what you did. When people are playing and they're just spouting off and trying to cover their mistakes by playing more notes, it's obvious to everyone, you know, your grandma, your niece, lay people, tone deaf people, everyone knows it and they can see it too. So effortless mastery, yes, there is something to that, and we'll get to that with the lessons, the mental approach to doing well.